Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Brittany, and can you believe it, we are already in August. So I'm filming this on August 1st. This is not my August 1st Bujo plan with me. This is my One Book July summary. Hey, that kind of rhymed. Okay. I've been kind of on top of it. I've already filmed an August plan with me. If you haven't seen that, I will link it up in the description or in the cards somewhere on the screen. This is my new Sojourner in the A5 size. And I also have a video on that one. Now, July and One Book July was my first month in my Bujo. I do have a setup of this, which I will also link if you are interested. I think I like it. I think I like the Bujo system. I have always been watching Bujo plan with me's in the last year and a half or so, and I didn't bring myself to try one until this past month. And I like how I did it. So my theme for the month was all things sweet. And I did pretty much an icy, bold theme at the beginning. Included it with ice creams and popsicles. So here are some icicles, pretty much, that are melting at the bottom of the page. I liked using this. I like seeing the month on the 2-page spread. I have my social media tracker, which I finally filled out, and I will be keeping this in my next spreads as well. Movie and TV show tracker. I thought I would be filling this out a lot more, but apparently we did not really watch that much as I thought we would. I would say out of all of these that we've watched so far, I think Orange is the New Black is my favorite. I haven't finished the season, but I'm in love with this show right now. It's actually really good this season. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I do have my to-dos, which I will continue to use. I have the Etsy ideas, which I didn't really use them that much. And then YouTube ideas, which I do like. I want to continue to use this, but I figure since there's a lot of them I haven't checked off yet, I will look back on my July spread for these ideas. Now, week 1 was fun. I really like this idea and I might use it in the future. Actually, I will be using this in the future. I mean, obviously I will be changing up how I use it, but I really like using bold outline letters, I guess, in cursive writing. I can tell, well, I tried the tracker and it didn't really work out for me. I wasn't able to really keep up. For my future logs, I realized that maybe I will slowly build up my tracker just because, I don't know, I'm just terrible at keeping a habit, I guess you could say. Weather, I did like this. I did skip a couple days for some reason. And so I do kind of keep up with the weather for the most part throughout the month. I did add this. This wasn't in my initial setup, but I really liked the spread. I just know that if I do use it in the future, I will need to kind of move everything over and keep it to one page because I kind of wasted an extra page since I didn't really write much on both. Then, because it was One Book July, it forced me to use this Bujo as a journal. And I did that and I liked it, kind of. It was one of those things that when you change a habit and then force yourself to try something different for an extended period of time, you realize how much you really liked it. And now that I'm at the end of July and we're already in August 1st, I realized how I kind of miss journaling in here. So I don't know. I mean, I love journaling in my B6 Slim, and that's what I'm going back to in August. But it was kind of nice to journal on like a full page and force myself to kind of journal a little bit more to fill up the page. So between my journaling, I decided to add like a couple pages here of doodles. I did some watercolor, and I don't really care for how the watercolor feels on this paper. This is Tomoe River paper, but it's a little bit thicker. it was okay, but I don't know. I like the way this feels. And this is using my brush pen number 22. It just, you don't feel it on the paper. It actually makes the paper smoother when you use like a big chunk of this ink. I tried putting in like little pieces here. This is like a thick cardstock watercolor paper that I cut up and put in here. I put my stickers, which were okay, but when it came to like thicker stuff, I don't know how I feel about putting that on here. It was kind of hard to write over on the next few pages. Brainstorming, so I did this here, posted this on Instagram. I like writing big fonts of random things that are in my journaling. And all my journaling was done with my fountain pens, which you know I'm obsessed with my fountain pens. Then we get into week 2. I ended up changing all of my weekly spreads because I wanted to try something different to see what works for me. I like the fact that I was doing that because this is my first Bujo, and I know that I don't know exactly what I like. So being able to change it up was kind of key for me to try to determine what works. And I've noticed that I don't use my weekly spreads as much as other people do. So I need to really condense my weekly spreads onto one page. And that's what I'm doing or working on for August. So this week, I actually use a sticker set. And these stickers are all in my shop. I really liked how it looked. These stickers I actually drew and then I edited them to make them pop with the black and white in Photoshop. So I really like these. They come out crystal clear and they printed and cut really nicely. One of the things I did do during the month of July was a font type of video. And one of my favorite fonts to do is to write in like this bold black pen and then to use my white gel pen and write the name in cursive over it. And even though you can't read the white gel pen that well, it just, the idea or the way it looks is just really nice. And I love that. Just playing around, adding some more stickers. And again, this font that I love to do. I did have trouble with smearing because I don't like to wait. I don't like to wait. I am like always feeling like I'm in a rush and I just want to move to the next page, and I realize that I'm working with Tomoe River paper and I need to give it time all the time. Sometimes I just forget, but for the most part, this was terrible because this pen smeared, and typically it dries very quickly, but for some reason I think I put a lot of ink on this work, and then I closed my book and I don't know, I wasn't paying attention. We are on week 3 and you can see I changed my weekly spread again. I really love this setup. I think it was one of my favorites, to be honest. And I did all the black outline with this pen. This was like my go-to pen for the month of July, and it still is. For those of you who like this idea of the pen, I will link in the description box where you can find it. Yeah, this is just a big ice cube. And then I decided to put my weather tracker on top. And you can see like not much is going on with me, which is one of those things where I just need to make my weekly spread smaller and stick it to one page, because this is Tomoe River paper, it's not cheap, and I need to use it wisely. Again, using more of my stickers. This was all for Monday. Trying to use some watercolor. I do like the idea of watercoloring first and then writing over it. And that's what I have to do in my case because I do not have permanent ink, which is something I need to get. I do like the idea of having watercolor kind of sit in the background. So I might continue to do that. I might make some spreads that are similar to that. I did do a YouTube video tracker to see how many videos I am making throughout the month. And because I don't typically plan on having a set schedule, I just do what works for me and what I feel like showing all my subscribers. This is actually a nice breakdown of what I have. And then to do the views, who's watching what, it kind of tells me what you guys like, what you guys don't like. I will be continuing this throughout my Bujo in different spurts. Probably not every month I will always have this, but I may have it every few months just to keep me aware of what my viewers like to see. Again, some bold fonts. Okay, and this is my last spread for July, and because I like to cut everything up into weeks, I figure that this spread worked out very well for the fact that there was like 31 days in July and 3 extra days in the week of the 4th week. So I decided to do a Dutch door system, but like a vertical Dutch door system. You can see it's cut out and they're icy. So I'm bringing the beginning of my spread here, my icy theme, and then kind of pulling it all together in a sense, and using the ices in my last week. So again, although it worked out, I still didn't really use all the space that I gave. So maybe I should have just kept it to 2 pages of one Dutch door and kind of added Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So cut them in half and added more of the weekdays. But I really liked how it turned out. It was awesome. Because I journaled, I didn't journal across here, so you could still see the idea of the spread. Again, trying to keep this part blank with nothing on it because you can kind of see on the other side. I mean, Tomoe River paper takes fountain pens so very well. I wish that they had this Tomoe River paper in a big B6 slim size because that's my favorite size to use. This is very thick paper for Tomoe River that, I mean, you can put in tip-ins, you can put in pictures and things, and this paper will hold up. You can tell that none of my pages have torn. I used this for a whole month. Although I did not throw this into my bag, I did throw it around the house and I carried it with me all the time, and it's stood up for a whole month for it being Tomoe River and not tearing. It's just tells you how strong and how nicely made this notebook is. So again, we're journaling, experimenting with titles. That brings me to August. So for those of you who haven't seen my August spread, please check that out. Again, I'm not going to be doing much journaling, but because I'm going back to my B6 Slim, so that should allow to have quite a few more pages for me to do more monthly spreads and planning. So for the month of July, I pretty much used 56 pages. That's kind of crazy, right? It's one book July. So in summary, I did enjoy it. It was a good experience. I know what I need to do for next month to make it better for me. And I really enjoyed using this book. I need to fill out my index. That's one thing that I'm still unsure about. If you guys have any suggestions on how I should do that, please put them in the comments below. I'm not sure if I should do like every single page, or do you just do your month on 2 pages, or just like when your July start or the beginning of each month starts. I don't know. How does that work? So let me know what you guys suggest. Alright, I hope you guys found this video helpful, and I hope you guys liked all my previous videos of all my weekly spreads, and I hope you guys continue to follow me for my future spreads. If you guys have any suggestions on what I should do for more future spreads, please list them in the comments, because suggestions are just awesome. It just kind of builds my ideas. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye!